Welcome to Roofing Road Trips, the podcast that takes you on a thrilling journey across the world of roofing. From fascinating interviews with roofing experts to on-the-road adventures, we'll uncover the stories, innovations, and challenges that shape the rooftops over our heads. So fasten your seatbelts and join us as we embark on this exciting roofing road trip.
Hello, and welcome to another Roofing Road Trips from Roofer's Coffee Shop. My name is Heidi Ellsworth, and today we're talking about one of my favorite things, technology. Yes, and how is technology changing the world? And even a bigger question is, how are the companies behind our technology changing our industry? And that is really what we're going to be talking today. We have our experts, Jeff Berzolla from Instant Roofer, here today. I am so excited to have this conversation. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. Appreciate you having me.
I tell you what, technology, when I look back, I've been in the industry about 30 years, and I just look back at the last 5 to 10 years, and it's leaps and bounds. It's just hard to believe. And now what you're doing is really taking the industry even further, so much further, with such a great customer experience. But before we dive in, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your company?
Sure. Yeah, my name's Jeff Berzolla. I get a lot of people that wonder where I'm from because I'm wearing winter clothing, but I actually reside on Maui. So that's always fun to talk to contractors about, way up on the volcano, so it's cold at my house. But I've been in technology now for about 25 years and have had several successful startups. Mostly I'm known in the industry for consulting, helping contractors with their marketing in particular, but we definitely have a lot of long and detailed roots in technology and developing software for our clients as well.
The two things that go together so well, marketing and technology. But you know what? Before we start, I got to go back. You said one thing. You said you live up by the volcano in Hawaii.
That is correct.
So, wow. And it's a little cold there right now.
Yeah, I'm at about 3,500 feet. So it's a little bit cool up here, but everyone gets a little confused when I blow in wearing a Aloha shirt or something, and then I have a winter hat on.
I think you have got it figured out. That's pretty cool. I'm telling you what.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I feel very fortunate to live here, but I do get to the mainland a lot and visit our clients. And of course, we've got clients here in Hawaii.
Yeah.
But that might be an interesting way to talk a little bit about the company and how I got here.
Yes.
Initially, we're doing a lot of consulting in the solar space. So Hawaii has, I believe, is the highest cost of electricity in the United States. So solar is quite big across the islands, and doing consulting, marketing, building websites and technology for these solar companies. Of course, there's a huge synergy between solar and roofing. Many companies do both or dabble in one and do the other to a large degree. But that's where the company came out of, was all that consulting. We started in 2022, and we're fortunate enough to be funded by roofers. So I think that makes us quite a bit different in the space. A lot of our mission and vision comes from the roofing community of people that are frustrated with that which is going on in lead gen and technology. So we've been really fortunate to have that DNA, and our mission is just to help roofing contractors. You'll see a lot of our products are free, trying to get it out there to the industry to do a good job, build evangelists for our technology and our company and the relationships. And then from there, we do have paid products, but we're really trying to go out there and do the right thing in the community and help roofers, businesses succeed.
You know, it's so important, I think, for roofing companies to work with marketing technology companies who understand roofing. You can spend a lot of money with people who don't understand. And so I love that combination of your history and what that brings to both the industry and the contractors.
Yeah, I mean, the two things that drove the initial founding of the business would be the constant complaint that roofing contractors are ripped off by lead generation companies. So I think if you've been in the industry long enough, you've definitely spent some money on things that don't work. And unfortunately, the two largest sources, Angie and Home Advisor right now, don't have the best reputation. Not only are their leads not exclusive, they're shared oftentimes multiple times. A lead, I'd say conservatively, is shared amongst 4 contractors and sometimes shared up to 16 times. So inherently, when you get this lead, it's a bad experience for the contractor and it's a bad experience for the homeowner.
Yeah.
The second reason that we've got into it is the large fees. A lot of the technology that's out there is backed by large private equity and venture capitalist firms, and they're driving these technology companies to have profits very rapidly. And that doesn't always hit the contractor's pocketbook or bottom line the way it should. A lot of the technology that's out there is expensive, long contract commitments, nickel and diming in regard to things like increased service areas and stuff like that. So we've really come in from the other side of the industry, which is to do a great job, offer a lot of our products for free, make sure we're exceeding expectations, and then let contractors move through the experience in our technology as it's working for them.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's just start with those two things in mind, which I love. Let's go to what is Instant Roofer. Can you just tell everyone out there this great service, this great technology? What is it?
Yeah. So we have two major offerings, and we're constantly coming out with new products. But the two that are getting a lot of traction in the industry, where people are signing up more and more, we just had our 600th contractor sign up over the weekend. So it's moving like crazy. But the first one is our exclusive roof replacement leads. And those are free. When you sign up, you can come into the system. We're generating thousands of these leads. It's very simple to sign up. You set your service area, you set your pricing, and those leads come from our website, instantroofer.com. The technology that we built to have homeowners go through that process of not only locating their roof, but we have an instant measurement of that roof and an instant estimate. So these leads that we're creating are exclusive for contractors. They're price conditioned. They have a much higher close rate than what we're seeing traditionally for contractors for the leads they're buying from other sources. And that's the main primary offering that I think a lot of contractors are coming to. The secondary offering uses the same instant measuring and estimating technology and is rapidly now starting to take root, as I think contractors initially come in for the free exclusive leads. We're giving them now the option to embed that technology in their website. And what's been interesting about that tool, again, free to install on your website, is it's driving conversion rates. So traditionally, when you think of marketing on a contractor's website, there's sort of three different flavors of traffic. You've got your organic traffic, you've got your paid traffic, and then direct traffic where they just type in your URL. And what we've seen is when contractors are embedding this technology on their website to provide instant estimates, as well as the instant measurement, that conversion rates across the board for all sources of that traffic go up. So that's been getting a lot of traction now. We have competitors that are in the industry that are charging a lot of money, not only for the lead gen, but then also for a competitive product in the calculator embed. But those are the two, Heidi, would be the free exclusive leads and the free roofing calculator on contractors' websites.
And you kind of shared with us earlier that you were seeing this out there starting in solar, and you were seeing the need, which is always the place good entrepreneurs start. But what really kind of brought this idea and implementation of this technology? How did you come about that? And can you tell us a little bit of that history? Because I always find that fascinating, that you see a need and then you actually develop something to solve it.
Yeah, I think dumpster fire is such a great, I love that phrase. And when you look at lead gen in particular in the industry, it is indeed that. Back to these leads that contractors buy are shared 4 to 16 times. The TCPA regulations that are probably coming out in January, they keep kind of moving the dates back on that, but the need to have one-to-one compliance or consent from the homeowner to be contacted, lots of disruption. And from an entrepreneurial standpoint, when you see both sides of the business, meaning the contractor is frustrated with the quality of leads, the homeowner is deluged with spam from a lead standpoint, that represents opportunity. And then also in the measuring tech, the measuring tech we built using artificial intelligence is revolutionary and groundbreaking in the industry. There is, of course, the gold standard that you'll see out there, like EagleView and Quick Measure, which we don't compete with. They're about we still tell people you need to use them to get your quote to the customer. But our lane that we're finding is that fast estimate that we're able to do through artificial intelligence to have a quick, I like to call it a t-shirt sized understanding of what it's going to cost to replace your roof. So that was the initial impetus of it, is the dumpster fire of lead gen. And then also seeing in the measuring world that it is slow and expensive. In EagleView, they guarantee, I believe it's 24-hour turnaround. Quick Measure is a few hours, and these products are not cheap. So the opportunity for us has been in the fast estimate game and the exclusive lead game.
Well, and there's this need with contractors for lead gen and for good, transparent lead gen that's going to, and exclusive, like you're talking about. There's such a need. But I think there's also this huge need and this cultural shift of how consumers are purchasing. And so I'm a Gen Xer. I have millennial and Gen Z kids, and they kind of taught me expectations. I think so often we think it's just this next younger generation, but it really isn't. Like, I'm not into having someone come to my home and sit down. I kind of want to be able to go online, figure things out on my own recourse. And what you're talking about is really right up that alley. It's a whole new way that consumers are going to research and get a new roof. So talk a little bit about what you're seeing with those trends of online purchasing of roofs, basically.
Yeah, it's interesting. You mentioned earlier you've been in this space for 20, 30 years, right? And if you look back at the history just within roofing, and I'll talk a little bit about the internet and marketing in general as well, but let's go back 30 years. You had to have a Yellow Pages ad to exist as a roofing contractor. That's where this all started. And those contractors that took a risk and built a website left a lot of the competitors that were stuck in an older marketing world behind. And then websites became optimized websites that are fast and SEO driven. And then we had chat functionality and mobile friendly websites. And now we've got things like this, right? Where you have a social media team or a team that's just devoted to making videos. So if you look at that evolution, it's very clear from the business standpoint that we will be taking online orders for roofs. It's a certainty as far as I'm concerned. It's a matter of, if the environment out there right now, the consumer on their mobile device is going to be 1% likely to buy a roof online today, well, when will it become 11%, 21%, 51%, 91%, is definitely headed in that direction. Over 50% of every roofing contractor's website I've ever looked at, and I've looked at hundreds of them, it's over half of the traffic is on a mobile device. Consumers are scrolling through. They're less interested, back to Gen Z and Gen X, of filling out a contact form. They want real information rapidly. And, the internet continues to show us that the digital world consumes the physical world. So your comment of fewer people want to be pitched at their kitchen table in their home, and more people want to see an online demo, an interactive ability to see what's it going to cost in real time to replace their roof, look at different roofing materials, et cetera. That's what's happening in the industry and will continue to occur.
And it seems to be, it's just going so fast. And I think there's a lot of contractors who, like you said, are having a hard time keeping up with this.
Sure.
So the contractors that are using your services, over 600, and congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
That's pretty awesome. What are you hearing back from those contractors? What are they saying about the exclusive leads? And then the contractors who are embedding your technology into their site?
That's a great question. Firstly, we hear, how is it free? How are you giving away exclusive leads for free? And the next thing we hear is, well, how do we get more of them? And that is the business model, right? It's a freemium model. You come in, we give you a taste of the leads. They're spread out amongst the geographic area for all the contractors that sign up. And then once you realize the quality of a price conditioned exclusive lead is so much higher than what else is out there, we're seeing the vast majority of these contractors upgrade to the paid plan to be able to really, in essence, own their service area and the zip codes that they've uploaded. So that's been the evolution. And past that is, can I get this on my website? Looking at the testimonials on the site, the different demos we have of saying, oh, this tech is really instant. Most of our measurements and estimates come back within 5 seconds of you putting an address into the system. Some take up to 10, but in general, it's very, very rapid. And contractors want to then embed the technology on their site to get that conversion rate up and to get more of these leads. So that's been the biggest two pieces of feedback. Again, why is it free? How do I get more of them? And how do I get this technology on my website?
As you're looking at the contractors who I love that progression, right? As you try it out and with not a lot of risk, and then you're able to go and have an exclusive area and then be able to embed. What kind of things should contractors be thinking about that may change in their company with this technology? For example, having a chat, being able to respond quickly, some cultural customer service changes that are definitely being called for, but some contractors are still trying to figure that out. What do you say to your contractors, like, to get them ready for this technology?
Yeah, well, I do a lot of consulting too. And again, that's where the business kind of came out of. So I'm obsessed with a few things in marketing and sales. Speed to lead, I think, is everything, giving the consumer what they want faster. And back to things that are surprising, I find that a lot of the technology out there that's competing with our products are built from if a contractor were to build a technology, and our technology is built more from what does a homeowner want. So I'll give you an example. You can come into the back end when you embed our technology on your website, and you can select up to 10 different common roofing materials. So one of the roofing materials would be asphalt shingle. Mm-hmm. So a roofing contractor is immediately horrified, right? They want maybe good, better, best, but they're definitely talking about brand affinity. What kind of manufacturer shingles do they like to provide? But homeowners don't think about that in the exploratory phase of getting a roof replaced, right? This is a thing that you might do every 10 years, 15 years, 10 years, depending on what roof you have on your house currently. So we try to teach them to think a little bit more about what does the homeowner want? We're speaking in homeowner ease to them. We recommend only having 4 different materials on your website that they can toggle between. We really go with a mid-range shingle, a higher end shingle, designer shingle, metal. We call metal, whereas a contractor would never say, I put metal roofing on, right? There's a much more specific phraseology that's used internally with contractors. And then we have solar, right?
Okay.
So teaching contractors to understand that the technology really comes out of what does the homeowner want to get you that lead, to put the hook into the homeowner so you can start the conversation. So that's one of the things that I think we spend a lot of time trying to teach contractors about our leads, about our users, and how we suggest taking technology, artificial intelligence, and putting it into your website to be effective. And I think a lot of what we do, the gifted people that work at our company, is trying to make these things simple, right? So you put your address into the app and it quickly measures the roof and gives an estimate. That is a very complex undertaking, but looks so simple and easy for the homeowner. And the same for embedding this technology on your website. It's quite simple, copying of HTML code and putting into your website. It's not a very advanced kind of a thing. So I think hopefully that answers your question, Heidi, of what we're trying to do to prepare contractors for these complex things is make them simple, right? Mm-hmm. Simple interface for homeowners and simple for contractors to deploy and get the benefits of modern technology.
I think that's brilliant. And I think you're 100% right. I mean, just from my experience, you can't have too much. You want to keep it simple. And most homeowners are already doing research ahead of time anyway. So they kind of have an idea. But it's really interesting, Jeff, too, because when I look back at all the, different conversations we've had, some studies that are out there and stuff, you really understand that the homeowner is looking to the contractor. They want to know what the contractor thinks. That's their expert. And so as you're kind of with this technology, connecting that consumer, that, future roof purchaser with the roofers and with the roofing companies, how does it, to me, it seems like the technology just right up front gives a homeowner a sense of comfort and to be able to, that relationship to deal with it. But what are some things you're hearing about that connection? Once they come in, they do the quick bid and then working with the contractors.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at an average roofing contractor's website converts about 2% of users. So you could say, well, 2% of people are connecting with the contractor, or you could say 98% of the people that go to the average roofing contractor's website don't get what they want because they leave. And our technology is trying to get a larger percentage of those people to talk to the contractor. So we spend a lot of time on the user interface. We do a lot of testing. We collect a lot of feedback to then the technology that you can install on your website as a roofing contractor is the best. It is the most optimized. It has the best wording. Everything is designed to work on a mobile device. So it's quick, simple. We don't have too many choices, not too many bells and whistles. And I think you'll see a lot of competitive products, to me, are very cluttered, very detailed. And homeowners don't want that at that point of the funnel of a sale, from exploration to purchase. We want to make sure that we're giving homeowners what they want to get in touch with the contractor, and that speed to lead of you having their information and able to give them something that they want quicker on your website to qualify them and bring them into your CRM rapidly is a big focus of the technology.
Yeah, it seems like in this day and age that, and I look in past decades where, a homeowner might be looking at it for a while. They might talk to them. They might then, go off and then they come back and talk to them again. Whereas today, people either one, do their research up front. So by the time they get to that call, they know, or by the time they get that website, they know what they want, or they just want to get it done because of everything that's going on, whether it's weather or just the seasons or whatever it may be, insurance. So as you're kind of looking at that, you have to shift to how these consumers are looking to get information today and how quick it is. So that speed to lead is perfect.
Yeah, and I think that if a contractor is not putting instant estimate technology on their website, their competitors will, right? Yeah. So we deal with a lot of contractors, particularly when we started almost 2 years ago, saying, no, I want to lead. I want my salespeople to really be able to sell them, engage them, talk about our review count, about our warranties, and all that's valid. But what our technology has proven is that if you give the homeowner more information sooner, you'll have more of them contact you and give you a chance to really sell your products and what makes you different. But if you don't have some pricing on your website, you don't have some pricing condition, instant feedback to the customer, you're going to lose them to a competitor. So our tools are really designed to do that, to bring more. And back to the analogy of only 2% typically convert, how do we get that to 2.4? And by the way, the difference in your bottom line for that is incredibly impactful. And we've had people that have had a 300% increase in traffic, in leads, I should say, from installing our app. But I'm giving you the average, right? And I'm sure that some of them will be a 10% lift. But overall, whatever that lift is, to therefore have a rising tide for the quality and effectiveness of your marketing is quite impactful. So those contractors that I think are maybe caught a little bit in the last generation of marketing, I always say, put it on the site and see that the numbers don't lie, right?
Right. And those customers, I keep going back to this, but I feel the ability to really kind of get an idea of what your budget might be with that quick instant bid, or estimate, I should say, and with your calculators, it just makes sense.
So just to give them that rough ballpark understanding of what it could be, and then be able to toggle back and forth between a better and a best type shingle, metal roofing, and then as you're moving into some of these solar products like the Tesla solar roof, we've got a great relationship with Tesla and solar panels. They can really rapidly toggle between the products and then submit that lead where they know what they're getting into. So not only are we seeing more leads generated, but the close rate that we're getting feedback from contractors is higher because the lead is price conditioned. They have an idea of what this is going to cost. So
that makes so much sense to me. So you mentioned earlier some competitors, but I would love to hear just what makes Instant Roofer different. What makes you all different, and really that's key solution for the roofing contractor?
Yeah, I think it's several things. 3 is a nice number. When we get into business and think about going into an area with our technology and our efforts, we want to be 10 times better than anybody else. So free is a pretty hard number to beat. There are competitive products out there, They're slower. They don't measure as quickly as our stuff. I don't think their measurements are nearly as accurate as our measurements. So we're really offering a better product, I believe, across the board. But I come back to, it's free to try. There's no bait and switch. We can have contractors that are consuming our exclusive leads for free into perpetuity. We can have contractors embedding our technology on their website for free into perpetuity. It's only when you really enjoy the tech and see where it's headed that you can upgrade to a paid plan. And then, of course, our new technology that's coming out is going to be accepting roof orders online. So get in bed with us now, try the products. A big part of our technology is from those contractors that were early adopters giving us more feedback. So we tend to really listen to what the demand is from contractors and what they want the technology to do. So I think all these things make us different. But probably I would say, I would go back to one of the earlier statements of what makes us different is that we're funded by roofers. So our commitment to doing the right thing for these contractors, relationships are so important to us. As much artificial intelligence technology as we have, as great as our engineers are and developers, it's all about the relationships with people. When there's a problem, we fix it. We really take the relationships that we have seriously. So I think amongst all those things make us very, very different in the space right now of what you're seeing for technology that's out there.
Excellent. Excellent. And so you just dropped a little bit of a bomb that we kind of know a little bit, but that you have new technology coming out and that going to be able to order online, which I truly believe is the future. Can you tell us tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, sign up, right? As a contractor that's curious about this stuff, we want you as an early adopter using our tools. And you'll see once you join the family of our technology and our suite of tools that we're asking you for feedback. But yes, you will have the ability within our technology to optionally turn on the ability to start taking roof orders. And that's still in beta. We have a few contractors that are playing with it now. And once we are really happy with the whole flow of how it works, we'll be releasing that to a wider audience. But again, those contractors that get into the business and the technology sooner will have an opportunity to help adapt and sculpt where that technology ultimately heads.
Because the future, we're in Amazon culture. Here we are. Future, you're buying your roofs online. That is so great. So, okay, we talked about now's the time. Get it, try the free leads, start getting into the exclusive. Talk to me a little bit about how is the best way for contractors who are hearing this to get started.
So if you go to instantroofer.com, and we are kind enough to have a relationship with Roofers Coffee Shop too, so you can find an ad anywhere there. I'm sure we're in several different parts of the site. But when you do get to instantroofer.com, there's a contractor sign up, a big orange button in the top run a site header. And it's very simple. It takes, I'd say, less than 5 minutes to sign up. You put your company information in there, the roofing materials that you provide, your price per square, and the service areas that you have, and you're off to the races. You can continue to stay within the app and build out more features. We do have the ability for you to put in your website URL to get a backlink from our site. We do have some other tools in beta that we have a pro calculator tool right now that allows you to generate emails to homeowners with comparisons to say this would be what an asphalt shingle would be versus a metal shingle. So there's a lot of cool tools in there. You can do an override, even though we're very proud and constantly evolving our measuring tech. You can draw on the house and have a better measurement. You can adjust the predominant slope that a structure has. You can adjust the waste. There's a lot of more interesting tools in the back end that you can play with. But the sign up is quite simple. Instantroofer.com, click the contractor sign up button. It takes a few minutes to get your information in there and you're off to the races.
Well, what did you say earlier? Just keep it simple, make it easy.
Yeah, the sign up is very easy and fast. And then, like I said, you can come back in and refine and add more tools and play with more stuff. But yes, the sign up process is intentionally designed to be quite simple.
So for everyone out there, Instant Roofer is on all 3 coffee shops: Roofer's Coffee Shop, Metal Coffee Shop, and Coatings Coffee Shop. And they also have a great presence on Ask a Roofer. So you can find that information. And of course, their full directory with all this information in it. We are so enjoying the content, the information, everything, Jeff, that your company is bringing to the roofing contractors, because it really is, like you said, this opportunity to get something for free, but also you, from your consulting background, you are putting great information out there for the contractors right now. And I think that's so important because it's a technology, but it's also a culture shift. And you are very aware of that culture shift. And that's really what companies need to be working with people who understand that.
Yeah, we're really thankful for the relationship with Roofer's Coffee Shop. And I appreciate you having me on. And you'll see, yes, a lot of the contractors that sign up and start using our technology, I know one-on-one, and will help them with other parts of their websites and marketing as well. The contractors that have faith in us, their success is important. Our success comes from the contractor's success. So we really take it seriously when people use our technology and decide to invest their time and eventually money into our technology and the relationship.
That's great. That's great. Well, Jeff, thank you so much. Thank you for what you're doing for the industry, for all this great information. And I look forward to getting on another podcast with you. And let's talk a little bit more about marketing overall.
That would be great. I look forward to that, Heidi.
That sounds great. One of my another of my favorite topics. So thank you all for listening. Thank you so much for sharing this information. Go find out. Visit the Instant Roofer directory. Get the information on any of the sites and get involved. I mean, this is something that there's low risk, high reward, something you really want to be involved in. Check it out. You also need to check out all of our podcasts under the Read, Listen, Watch navigation on Roofer's Coffee Shop. And on your favorite podcast channel, be sure to subscribe and set those notifications so you don't miss a single episode. We will be seeing you next time on Roofing Road Trips.
If you've enjoyed the ride, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us on every roofing adventure. Make sure to visit rooferscoffeeshop.com to learn more. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next roofing road trip.